All right, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I went to hit the camera and I think it closed randomly. I don't know about all of you, but my internet has been absolutely atrocious for the last 2 days. So we will hope for the best for our last stream here, that we have a good internet connection. But I imagine a lot of you are getting back in. Make sure you put your names in the chat for our last Twitch Extra Credit session that we have together. Someone let me know as soon as you're all getting logged in if you can hear and see me okay before we get going. Let me know if you can hear and see me just fine. Perfect, thank you. Great. All right, I'll wait just another minute since it booted us out, just to let everyone get back. And has anyone else's internet been awful? I'm in Simi over on the east side, and it has definitely been painful. Yesterday, we couldn't get online with everything being distance learning. That is a royal pain, and my kids were so upset. They were literally crying because there was no there was no internet. Oh, I can't play my Roblox. it was very high drama here at our house. So I hope all of you are having better luck with your internet than I am. But looks like a lot of you are back in. Make sure you put your name in the chat one last time if you are here. This is our last stream, as I mentioned. We won't have another one. Our class officially ends this Sunday night. It feels like a very long time ago that we started, and yet it has gone very, very quickly. So thank you all for all the times that you've joined me on here live. I know it's early in the morning, but thank you for being here, or thank you as well for those of you watching it later. But let me give you one last reminder here. I'll put it here in the chat. One last reminder to make sure as we start this stream here that you still have your little crown or cake next to your name so that you don't get ads throughout this whole thing. I really appreciate those of you who did this all semester. As I said, I can download your names when you participate if you're subscribed, and it makes my job way easier. So I really appreciate those of you who did that for me, and you can do that one more time if you want to make it easy for me one last time today. I do appreciate you doing that. So as I mentioned, I'm going to put this in the chat here. Our class officially ends this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so really important that you get everything in before that deadline. I can't give any extensions on anything this week. I have to have final grades submitted very, very quickly after our class is ended. So please make sure that everything gets turned in before that deadline. Don't miss it. You have the entire course of the week, so try and plan ahead. And try and get things done early just in case something comes up at the end. But our class ends this Sunday night. Again, kind of bittersweet. I'm excited for summer. It'll be a little bit more exciting of a summer this year than last year for sure. But I'm sad that our class time is up. So let's go over some of the reminders and comments for this week, like we've done all semester long. Head over to Canvas here. So again, we are in week 17. This is it for the to-do list and reminders. It's getting shorter and shorter. So if you scroll down, last week, just a couple of quick thoughts. Last week we were looking at forensic psychology, and a lot of you are really interested in this topic. Several of you saying that this is something that you might want to pursue. Very kind of interesting subfield of psychology. But great job talking about those insanity plea cases. A lot of people chose, who was the most common, the Slender Man killing, so Anissa and Morgan. A lot of you chose them. The Colorado killer, right? James Holmes was also very, very popular. A lot of people choosing those two, and then of course there were a lot of other folks that you could have chosen as well. But really nicely done. The biggest reason anyone lost points was just not giving me enough information, not enough details, especially about the trials and the crimes. A lot of you just very, very quickly covered that, and I wanted a little bit more. But for the most part, I feel like you all have figured out what I want from you in the discussions by now, and we're done with the discussions. There aren't any more of them for us to do. All we have left is week number 17. So this week is it. let's click on 17 and take a look at the stuff that we need to do. So you basically have one big thing this week. You have the final exam. Some of you have already taken this. If you have, you're pretty much done. But you have the final exam, which we'll talk a little bit about. You have that SLO exit question that I asked you to take. It's not worth any points. It says it's worth 1 point, but it's not worth anything. But I do really need you all to take that so I can have that data to give to the psychology department. And then you have those 2 points of extra credit that you can earn for this week as well. So that's it for what you need to do. Let's go through each of those components just to make sure you're feeling clear. If you have any questions, this is a wonderful time to ask me. This one's the easiest one. Let's just look at that really quickly. Remember, I asked you to take this if you can. All you'll do is you'll click on this exit question link, and a lot of you have already done this. You'll hit take survey or start survey. And again, it is one question, right? Psychology is a science, true or false. You will give me your answer and then hit submit quiz, and that is it. So very, very quick, very easy. Hopefully this is a very obviously easy question, but it is something the psychology department is collecting data on. So if you could take a moment to do that, that would be fantastic. So don't forget to do this little exit question. It's really important that you do that for me. The other thing, of course, is we have the exam this week. So we have our final exam, and the final is not cumulative. So it is just a third test on this last unit. So if you click on the study guide, and the study guides are your friend for studying for the exams, right? Everything that you need to know for this exam is on this study guide. So you'll notice it covers chapters 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So everything since exam number 2. So make sure you know all of these terms related to sex and gender disorders, all of these things related to schizophrenia, personality, and then terms related to childhood disorders, disorders of aging, and then the topics from last week on forensic psychology. So anything that is on here will be on the exam, so make sure you know it. If it's not on here, you don't need to worry about it. Don't prepare for it. It won't be on there. This is plenty. And again, remember, I'll never trick you. As long as you have prepared and studied, you should be in wonderful shape. Most of you have done really well on the exams. They're very straightforward. The only thing that I would, again, continue to stress to you, a few things, I suppose. You might want to define these terms and write them out. I really think that's the best way to take the test. Make sure you understand all of them, that they're defined and written out in front of you. Then you can very easily reference your notes as you go through it, or you could even type them. That's probably way faster. The other thing I would really stress, especially this week, please do not wait until Sunday night to take the test. This is the final week. The class ends Sunday night. So please make sure that you get this done early. Do it today, do it Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday morning, but please try not to wait until the last minute. It's always the case. Then when you wait till the last minute, something goes wrong. So try and plan ahead, get this done early, study, prepare. If you've been doing good on these exams, do the same thing you've been doing all semester, and you should be in really, really good shape. So again, make sure you know all of these terms. There's nothing cumulative about the final. It is just a third test, and then you should be all set to wrap up the class and move into having a wonderful, wonderful summer. So that is the study guide. Are there any questions about anything on the study guide? Any questions related to that? Let me put this in the chat. Any questions on the study guide or anything related to exam number 3? I'll wait just a moment just to see if any of you want to type anything up. Otherwise, I'll go back. If you think of any questions, of course, put them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them for you. So when you're ready to take the exam, nope, it's not weighted in any way. It is just a third and final exam. So No, Shayla, it's not weighted. It's just a third test. So it's worth 100 points, just like the first two tests were. And it's just on this last unit that we've covered. Okay. All right. So when you're ready to take the test, you'll just click on exam number 3, that little link right here. Same format and style as the other two that you've taken. So you have 75 minutes to take the test. You only get one attempt, so make sure that you're ready and organized and all set to go before you begin. Remember that if you run out of time, Canvas will stop you at the point that you have run out of time. Everything that you've done will count, but just make sure that you're watching the clock and managing your time. If you don't know a question, just skip it and come back to it. You can use your notes, your book, everything at your disposal. But again, remember to study and prepare. You don't want to be trying to understand the questions on the exam and then answer them. Yeah, that'll make it very hard for you to finish in time. And then when you're done, you'll hit submit quiz and you'll be all set. So 100 points. You'll get a score right away, which will be everything except your short answer questions, which I will be going in and grading manually as we go. So I've been trying to grade them every day just to kind of keep on top of it. So those of you who have taken the test already should have your final score. And that leads me to one last thing I'd like to remind you to do. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, but we are now at the end chance for you to do that. At some point before this week is over, before the class ends, please, if you haven't already, make sure you click on the grades tab and check your grades in the class. Again, I am miserably failing with a score of 0 out of 600, so don't follow my lead. But make sure that everything on here is correct. If you are missing something and shouldn't be, if a score is wrong, if something is incorrect in any way, make sure that you are emailing me about it this week, as next week will be complicated, and I won't say it's too late, but it'll be very difficult to change. The second I submit final grades, it's like signatures and forms to fill out, versus if you catch something now, we can fix it very, very easily. So take a moment, look through all of your graded items, just make sure everything looks correct, and if something doesn't for some reason, let me know. So I have once or twice, not very often, I try to be very careful, but I have inverted scores a couple of times. Instead of a 93, I've put a 39. Mistakes happen, so just make sure that everything is correct. And of course, email me if it isn't. So, those are really all the reminders that I have. No discussion this week. Really, all that we have, let's go back to 17 here. All that we have this week is that exam with the study guide, that one question exit poll or survey that I have for you, and then the Twitch extra credit. So what you'll notice too is I'll post this afterward. I posted it last week just to see if that would be helpful. It's something I think I'm going to try and do moving forward, just to make it easy for you to find the lecture. Sometimes people accidentally watch the wrong one, so trying to help with that. But let me give you the Twitch extra credit question for this week. Just kind of a general feedback related question, and this is, I won't take it personally, so please feel free to be honest. But your Twitch extra credit question: give me one specific thing that you enjoyed about this class, and one specific thing that you might change to make it better. Right? So don't think about topics as much as was there something I did or didn't do that you liked? Was there, did you like the Twitch sessions? Did you like the recorded lectures? So just kind of reflect on something that you liked and something that you wish was maybe a little bit different in order to be better. And specifically, I tried to change things up a little bit with the recorded lectures and then the live Twitch sessions. Did you like that or not? I would love to hear your opinion. So when you are ready to answer this question, this is the last Twitch extra credit question, those last 2 points of extra credit. You'll go back to Canvas and you'll click on Twitch extra credit number 17. And then up here at the top, you can hit start assignment. And then in the box that pops up, you will type your response. Okay, and then go ahead and scroll down and hit submit. So same style and format as you've done all semester, but when you're ready to do that anytime before the class ends Sunday night, You'll click on that and you can submit those, your answer for extra credit. Otherwise, just one last time, remember the class ends Sunday night. Thank you all for a wonderful semester. I know that things are really different. This class is online instead of in person, but thank you to all of you who have consistently joined me on Twitch. Thank you again to those of you who keep subscribing so that you can save me that extra step. I really do appreciate it. And I hope some of you maybe take another class with me. I do teach research methods and intro psych, human sexuality, and personality theories besides this one. So if you like the way this class was formatted, feel free to join me again. And if you're moving on or you don't need any more psych classes, thank you for being here with this one. And I hope you all have a really nice summer. Please continue to take care of yourselves and try and stay healthy. I know we're almost to the yellow tier, but we're not in the clear yet. So try and keep yourselves safe. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. That's very sweet. You're all very kind. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm sad that it's over. I'm a very sentimental person, so I'm like, oh no, I don't want to. I don't want to minimize my camera because then we're done. But I really do appreciate all of your effort, and I think this class went really well, even though it was online. So thank you for everything. I will hang out for a little bit. If you have any other questions about the exam or the study guide or any of that kind of stuff, but thank you for all the sweet comments, right? You're gonna make me sappy. I'm gonna minimize my video before I get all emotional, right? But thank you all. Have a wonderful summer. As I said, I'll hang out for a few more minutes if you have any other questions. And yeah, I hope to see some of you again in the coming semester. So thank you. Yeah, people will often email me years later. You're totally welcome to do that. The community college system doesn't do a great job with like official or formal mentoring, but a lot of people will reach out to me. I hear from people periodically when they're graduating with their bachelor's or graduating with their master's or PhD years from now. You're totally welcome to reach out to me years from now if you wanted to. I haven't mentored anyone, but I love the chance to keep in contact. So you're welcome to do that if you want to reach out to me in the future.